Welcome back to the next part.
This is how it has to, this is how you need it to be when you get the border out in these three pieces. If you can't twist this off like you're supposed to, which you turn it this way, what I did was I just reached in there with a really long screwdriver, backed out the screws, lifted this out, then I basically took these out until it would turn and come out.
Yeah, because that was binding, so.
Yeah, because this has got this ain't a perfect circle over a perfect circle. This is a little deformed.
Like the last one was perfect.
The last one, that was nothing. So there's that. Parents, if you're buying this yourself, you're pretty much already know what you're doing. All right, so.
And the new, we've already got one up like it.
Yeah, so you can see how it looks. In fact, I'll go ahead and stop it so you can see how it looks where the remote went. There it is. There. Now you can see how it looks all put together.
With the light on. And this gives off more fan air than our last set of ceiling fans did.
There, that's what it looks like all put together.
There it is. See how beautiful it is? It's black.
Yeah, if you got, if you're going from a ceiling fan with a switch and a slider to one of these, unless you have experience, I wouldn't recommend it. There, I wouldn't recommend it. All right, as always, since I don't recommend doing this yourself, I guess I'm going to put the other one up, and then we'll catch you when we finish painting this side and all three's up.
We're going to record this one going up.
You sure you want to do that? Since I kind of unorthodoxly test which is which for the wires.
We're going to.
Okay.
All right. Hey, we'll show you. We'll show you at each leg of. Yeah, we'll show you at each leg. It's done. This goes. This goes up. This goes up. This goes up. This goes over.
I'm starting to get to this right now.
Yeah. That's phase one.
All right. Drill.
And since it's starting to get dark, we've got the other set of lights up.
That's why I did the middle one. That I can use that light and flank it. Plus my drill has a flashlight.
Because it's already 6:30 at night by the time we get to it, because we've done the roof. Well, because we painted the ceiling.
That we had to stop and eat.
And then we put an 8.
I got an 8 now.
So
Knife.
we're showing the first phase. We'll show all the phases we can show.
Let's see. Square. Square.
And that has no power, by the way. Just because that's on, that has no power. The switches are off. He's taking down the old one.
Yeah, I'm taking out the old bracket, which I would actually be preserving these screws because these are screws that I found that actually fit our blue box really beautifully good.
Yeah. You won't need your old bracket for your old one. So that's basically history.
Okay.
There's no power going
No, it's
to
just,
that.
I feel like I did this. Yeah, I when I put this up, I kind of tied a wire around it to hold it in place so that way I could just screw next to it.
Yeah, but this is history. We're throwing it out.
All right.
That went to the old set of fans. That's already history.
Yeah, I get a little creative when I'm wanting to do stuff a little easier. All right, so.
I like these ceiling fans. These are so much quieter.
All right, so that's that. That's that. That's
And
that.
again, people, make sure there's no power going to these. And there's no power going to that at all because the light switch and the ceiling fan switch to this one is off,
Yep.
as well as the other one. The only one that's got power is the middle one. Just because you see power there, each one of these are on separate circuit breakers.
Well, actually, they're technically on 3 separate switches and sliders.
Yeah, switches and
Which
sliders.
I'm going to have to disable the slider switch. You'll see that not so much disable, it's just cap it so that way it's not a danger. Oh, I gave you a little fright. I thought I was going to hit the air compressor hose connector.
Bringing this out, David will be able to go at whatever height he wants.
Technically, I just need this to put that one piece on, and then I won't need it anymore. I just literally need this for one thing.
Is this higher than that other one?
That one?
Yeah.
No. Is that just, I don't have the benefit of standing on the counter with my foot.
Okay.
And actually, these steps are different spaced. That's why sometimes if I end up using both of these a lot at the same time, you'll notice I occasionally stumble. They're spaced differently. Higher. That means back.
See how beautiful our ceiling looks now? It looks 1,000 times better, nice and clean.
Actually, what I need is, man, I don't like having my head this close to the ceiling.
Be careful, my son, my beautiful son.
The one downside about using this step ladder, when I'm using it this high,
You're not comfortable.
I always think I'm going to hit my head on the ceiling.
Well, just be careful, darling, so you don't.
And put my head in the ceiling.
You don't want to do that,
yeah.
Sweetie.
Alright. Right about here, I think. A little bit. A little too much slack on it. Alright, there's a little slack. I need to be able to get this in there. There we go. Now that felt like processed cheese. Actually, I could probably just back that up a little bit and then reposition it. That's kind of crosswise. Something up a little bit. Slide you over. There we go. You should really buy a lot of washers. You should really do that. Situations like this. There we go. It's good and snug. And I don't
Wonderful.
I don't need this anymore.
All right. Okay, he's got the next phase down, and we have 2 to go.
Okay. I need this one.
That's his favorite one.
Well, in fairness, it's just It's those, actually what I need is a
Okay.
slightly respaced.
We'll see you guys in the next phase.